Hey guys, it's Dale with the insurance. Today we're going to talk about an article that's absolutely necessary to periodically go over and keep in the front of your mind, especially if you're in kind of those disaster-prone areas, whether it be the southern part of the U.S., the western part of the U.S., those places that endure hurricanes and flooding periodically, tornadoes within the Midwest. It's always good to have a plan in place. The title of the article is Natural Disaster Evacuation and Homeowners Insurance, right? So without getting too political, but with global warming and things of that nature, at the very least, we don't have to agree on global warming and all that stuff. But what we can say is that there have been an increase in extreme temperatures, right? And whether it be flooding, the rate of occurrence has just increased. The wildfires, the amount of wildfires, the amount of land that they destroy. These things just keep occurring, and they start occurring earlier in the year, and they last for longer, and as a result, it begins to impact more people's lives, right? And as a result, just to be cognizant and prepared, it makes sense to do a lot of the things that are talked about in this article. Just foundationally, is kind of a natural disaster basics. These are some of the things you should kind of have in motion. Hopefully you already have those in place, but if not, perhaps there are a few things on this list that you can incorporate into kind of your natural disaster plan. First and foremost, have kind of a meeting place for your family, right? When things happen, not everyone may be in the home at the point of a natural disaster occurring. So having a meeting place, a centralized place is very important. Have your car kind of gassed up, right? Not full, but enough gas to get you to a safe distance, right? Because there may be a run on gas, there may be a line on gas, the lights and power at the gas station may be gone, or they may run out of gas during a natural disaster, and you do not want to be stranded. If you do not have a vehicle, make sure you have alternate plans for transportation, right? So if plan 1 and 2 doesn't work, perhaps 3 with a friend or a neighbor will work. Another one is just having kind of a supply kit, right? And the supply kit should have like water, non-perishable food items, maybe medicine for any children or elderly, important documents, things that may be able to sustain you for a handful of not a handful of days, but 2 or 3 days, hopefully not many, before help comes. But whereby if you are stranded, you with this survival kit will be reasonably fine. Another thing is to have kind of cash on hand, just so you won't have to go to an ATM or anything like that. And then this one is often, because pets are commonly regarded as part of the family. This one, I mean, have a plan for pets, and that plan should not include taking it to the neighborhood pet hotel, because they will be shut down as well. And if they're not shut down, then that area could be used for actual people. So have backup plans and what you will do with your furry family members. And it may just be we bring them along because they're part of the family. But thinking through that so that when disaster strikes, you're ready to just execute. Now, when a disaster is actually forecast, there are more things, more direct things you want to do, like keep your TV or your radio on, review the plan with the family, be dressed and ready to move. That means having on proper shoes, proper clothing, proper layers, and things like that. And then checking with the neighbors, making sure that your community understands what's going on, and that they too have a plan, just to be helpful. And then, unfortunately, when you're actually asked to evacuate, this question comes up all the time. Please evacuate. Do not try to ride it out, no matter how many times you've been through the flood warnings or the tornado warnings. You don't know which one will actually destroy your home or your community. And it's not just you and your family that you put in harm's way when you try to ride it out. You also put the people, the first responders and people that are actually trying to save you should the situation turn dire. You also put their lives at risk. So when you're asked to evacuate, drop everything, evacuate as quickly as you can. Hopefully, you're never in that situation, but if you are, at the very least, you'll be prepared. Post disaster, make sure you file that claim as quickly as possible to get that process rolling. One thing to note is that there's a very, very good coverage, a very good clause in most homeowners policies, which is a loss of use clause. And that basically covers you for living expenses while your home is inhabitable, right? So you can't live in your home. You have to eat, cook, and live perhaps at a local hotel. Those expenses are also included, will be included in your claim and covered. So once again, hopefully you do not ever have to go through a disaster. It's already painful just watching it on TV and watching the people that go through it. But if you are in kind of a disaster-prone area, please have a general plan in place, because once it does hit, as you could imagine, time is of the essence and you have to be in execution mode. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Hopefully this was helpful. We'll chat next week. Bye.